Hi, I'm Frankie, and in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can get started using the Azure API Management Development Portal. This series is based on the Azure API Management Hands-on Lab. If you want to follow along or do the lab on your own, you can find a link to it in the description. When your Azure API Management instance is first created, your development portal starts unpublished. There's a couple ways to access your development portal, but if a guest were to access it with your development portal link, it wouldn't work. Let's go to an incognito browser and see what they would see. I can see here that this content has not been published yet. I need to publish it as the administrator first. This is helpful for when you want to customize and make changes to developer portal before it's in use. Going back to the portal, I can also go to this development portal link. This will take me to the administrative interface that allows me to make changes and customize my development portal before it's published. This is what it looks like with the different aspects that I can change and customize for my development portal. We'll take a look at this in more detail in a future video. From the administrative interface, we can also publish the developer portal. Going back to the Azure portal, if I come to the settings, developer portal, and then portal overview, I can also publish it here. Let's do that now. We'll also want to enable CORS. CORS stands for Cross-Origin Resource Sharing. It's a web security policy that prevents web browsers from accessing resources from domains that they do not originate from. We'll enable this because the development portal will make requests from the web browser to your API gateway, and we want that to work. I'll enable that now. We'll talk about policies in more detail in a future video, but this CORS policy is actually the first policy that we've now added to our API management gateway. Let's take a look at the development portal now as a new user. I'll refresh my page in the incognito browser. And here we have our new development portal. Let's sign up with a new user. When signing up, you want to be sure you do not use the same email as your administrator. This wouldn't work because there's already an account using that email. Let's fill out the info and create our new account. And we'll complete sign up. Next, we'll need to check our email in order to verify and confirm our account. This is the email I got to confirm my account. I'll click this link now in order to finish activating my sign up. Back in the development portal, I can confirm that a new user account has been created by going to the users section under development portal. And I can see my new user has been created. Now let's log in as our new user. Now that I'm logged in, let's explore the products and APIs available to us. These two products come out of the box when you create your first Azure API Management instance. In order to use these, I need to subscribe to the product. I'll subscribe to this by creating a new subscription, and I'll just call it Starter Sub and subscribe. I'll also subscribe to the Unlimited product. After filling out the name for the subscription I wanted, I can see that I have an active Starter subscription. However, I just see that I requested the Unlimited sub. This means I'll need approval from the administrator in order to use the Unlimited sub. Let's go back to the Azure portal and approve the subscription. I can go to APIs, subscriptions, and I can see the submitted subscription from this new user. I'll hit these three dots over here and I'll activate the subscription and confirm. The subscription now shows active from the Azure portal. And going back to the user's perspective, if I refresh the browser, I see that the subscription is now active. Now that our subscriptions are both active, let's give these APIs a try. I'll go to APIs. I'll go to the Echo API. I can then go to Try It to open up this interactive window, which allows me to make API calls from the developer portal to the API gateway. At the top here, I'll see the subscription key that I'll use will be added in this window for my API call. I'll use the primary starter sub subscription key for this call, and I'll come down and hit send. Because I enabled CORS and because I have the subscription active, I get a 200 response OK from the developer portal to the API gateway. Let's try our Unlimited subscription. I'll select this subscription key and send another request. Another 200 response OK, indicating that it worked. And those are the basics of using the Azure API Management Developer Portal. If this video was helpful for you, please like it and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. And if you missed any of the past Azure API Management videos I've put together, you can find some of those here. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.